He struck my son, right across the face, in front of everyone. The crack of that slap cut through the backyard, like a bullwhip. Then came the laughter, sharp, cold, cruel. Like father, like son. Both are useless, Rohan chuckled, tossing back his drink like he hadn't just assaulted a child. My child. And then her father, my wife's father, let out that smug, curling smirk, the one I'd spent years swallowing. It scraped against me like rusted wire. Well, he needed to learn some shame, he muttered, loud enough for the circle to hear, loud enough to cement the cruelty. I didn't speak. I didn't move. I just looked down at my son. His eyes were wide, his cheeks red and stinging, tears trembling but refusing to fall. He didn't cry. Brave boy. Instead, he looked at me, steady, searching, and in that look he gave me all the permission I needed. What they didn't know was that the mic was on. It hadn't always been this way. When I married Annalie, I was the outsider. They were polished, gleaming, the picture-perfect upper-middle-class machine. Sunday brunches with clinking glasses, performative laughter, fake smiles, and a family WhatsApp group buzzing with carefully manicured praise and sharp-edged passive aggression. Rowan welcomed me with a crooked grin and backhanded compliments. She always liked strays, he joked at our engagement party. I laughed, too. I was young. I was foolish. Annalie defended him. It's just his way. Her father? Colder, more surgical. He didn't raise his voice, just his eyebrows. That was enough. But I endured it. For her. For peace. When our son was born, I thought things might change. That he'd be the bridge. That maybe blood could mend what paper and vows couldn't. But blood doesn't recognize marriage certificates. It recognizes rank, and I'd never been part of theirs. I found out about the slap from across the garden. It was my son's 8th birthday. I was by the gazebo, setting up the AV system, new Bluetooth speakers, synced to the outdoor camera feed, mic testing through my laptop. It was second nature, just habit from work. I'm an audio engineer. Surveillance is built into my fingers. I didn't mean to record anything, but I did. Every word, every laugh, every second of humiliation. I watched the footage. Rohan striking my son for dropping a slice of cake. Heard the chuckles. Saw the indifference. Felt the bile rise. Annalie tried to smooth it over. He's just upset. He's drunk, she whispered. Her voice trembled. Her excuses weak. Her father said nothing when I confronted him later. Just that same quiet, superior stare, as if I'd breached some unwritten rule. They thought it was over. But that was just my beginning. I didn't scream. I didn't fight. That's what they expected. Instead, I watched, for weeks, documented every offhand brag Rowan made about shady business deals, followed every thread of her father's carefully hidden offshore accounts. I traced shell corporations through layers of paper walls, hired a forensic accountant I'd worked with years ago on a fraud case, built a case like a web, tight and gleaming, Rohan's crypto laundering, her father's undeclared real estate. I gathered audio recordings, bank statements, flight manifests, and then I planned a party. Step 1, the setup, a surprise 70th birthday bash for her father. Grand, lavish, the kind of event that makes waves. I rented a banquet hall, invited family, friends, politicians, business partners, local press. I installed 2 massive LED screens, wireless mic systems, my home turf. They loved the spotlight. Rohan even helped with the guest list, tossing in names that would impress. Step 2, the trigger. At the peak of celebration, champagne in hand, I took the stage, smiled, invited her father, Rowan, and Annalie to stand with me. They hovered uncertainly. Nervous. I could see it. Before we cut the cake, I said, "Let's take a walk down memory lane." The lights dimmed. The screen lit up. Audio first. The slap. Like father, like son, both are useless. Well, he needed to learn some shame. Laughter. Then the video. My son's face. The backhand. The smug expressions. The cruel smile. Gasps filled the room. Silence followed. Phones lifted into the air. Cameras recording. Rowan turned pale. Her father froze in place. his legacy cracking like glass underfoot. I turned the mic back on. And that's just the beginning. Step 3, the collapse. One by one, I played the evidence. Emails, financial documents, tax fraud, every shred curated and projected on a screen. They couldn't shut off. Her father's political allies walked out, lips tight. Investors backed away. Rohan lunged at me, but security had already been briefed. He was escorted out, shouting. Step 4, the eraser. Within days, his accounts were frozen. Investigations launched. Her father's properties flagged and audited. Everything they built on smugness and silence began to crumble. Annalie left to care for them. She didn't come back. I didn't stop her. I didn't ask her to explain. I just packed her suitcase and left it by the door. She never asked why I did it. Maybe she already knew. Now I sit on the patio. My son inside, laughing, plucking away at his guitar, free. No more fake birthdays. No more pretending for people who never saw us as family. Sometimes people ask me if I feel guilty. I don't. Betrayal isn't always loud. Sometimes it hides in silence, in complicity, in the smiling nods of people who do nothing when a child is struck. But revenge is different. It isn't about fury. It's about clarity, precision. It's about building the perfect storm from a blue sky, cloud by cloud, until the thunder speaks for you. They slapped my son. I shattered their legacy. Not with fists, with truth, with a mic that never stopped recording. Betrayal is loud, but revenge echoes.